Book friends, it is Wednesday morning and I thought I would share my day with you. I haven't really told many people, but I got made redundant at the end of October, which means I've been pretty much unemployed for 2 weeks. And it's been really nice, apart from the job stress, to actually kind of decompress and do things that I really enjoy doing. But now I have found a job, so I start at the end of November, so the 27th of November. So I have just under 2 weeks to hopefully finish my NaNoWriMO project so that that's done and I don't need to worry about it, and finish my bookbinding commissions and things like that, so I can go into this new job not feeling stressed and not having a lot on my plate. And this is kind of what you get for now. I do have an errand to run, so I might actually do something with my face or my hair, but for now we're gonna go super low effort because this morning's goal is to write 5,000 words for my Nano project. Now, if you're wondering what that is, it's kind of like taking the type of storytelling you usually see in Greek retellings, so something that's quite like isolated to a couple of people and quite like lyrical and quite like a narrow perspective, I suppose, and applying that to more of a fantasy formula. But it is a story about grief and belonging or not belonging, and then finding that place. So we're gonna do that this morning. I do have my coffee back there, and yeah, let's see how it goes. So I already got a little distracted, but I've been wanting to do my nails for a really long time, and I found this really cool like deep green. It is called Time, if anyone wants to grab that. So I'm going to start off with a base coat, just because these are like jelly ones, so you kind of need to have your base coat first. So I'm just going to do that, and then as I'm kind of typing, that can dry. I've done this for a really long time, but I thought I'd just like kind of talk you through a little bit of my nano process while I'm doing this. Now, as I mentioned, I'm a pantser, but I have tried to like be a hybrid kind of planner slash pantser in the past, especially for my project last year for NaNoWriMO. I wanted to have like a really solid understanding of where I wanted to go in the story, because it was YA fantasy and it kind of required me to have more of a plan in place, so I knew exactly when I had to break into different acts and scenes. But this year, well, actually last year I quit because it was so overwhelming. Not because of the project, just I had a lot going on at that time. So this year actually I just had this kind of very basic idea. I actually just saw this island and this character on this island, and I kind of knew what sort of story I wanted to tell, and I just ran with it. This is pretty much my setup. I'll just take you out a bit. So for my previous job, when I worked in marketing, I needed a second screen because we were very much between like website and email, and obviously software, 2 bold emails in, so it worked having a lot of screen, and then I kind of just got used to it, and I really like the feel of having that additional screen because that puts me on eye level with my project, and then the less important stuff can sort of stay open on my laptop. So yeah, as you can see, I have my Spotify open because I usually write to like lo-fi or instrumental music. Like I cannot work with a lot of noise and words, because as soon as I hear words it just muddles my brain. And then I have my Word document open there. Now, I have found the best way for me to actually tackle like huge chunks of writing is doing like little word sprints. So I'll usually do an hour, and I found that I can usually write like about 1,000 words an hour. By the end of this hour, I'll just copy and paste it into the actual manuscript document and update, and then go for another hour. So I kind of do it in small bits rather than like trying to tackle one chunk of 5,000 words. So anyway, without further delay or procrastination, let's jump into a word sprint. So typing 1,000 words is apparently a good way to dry a base coat. So with that dry, I could move on to painting my nails in actual colour. Please enjoy this montage. So as mentioned previously, I do bookbind and I am open to commissions too. So this was actually one I did for a client who is buying this for her partner. That is why his name and date of birth is on the back. So watch me wrap this up and get it ready for the post office. Far not so good because I'm really struggling to focus today and it just doesn't feel natural writing, which is really frustrating, but at least my nails are painted, right? So I am gonna take this parcel to the post office and get that shipped at least, and that's like one productive thing ticked off the list. And then I'll come back and make a lunch. I'll probably share that with you. Maybe film some stuff and then see if I feel any more productive after. Okay, so this is about to turn into a bit of a cooking channel. So I'm going to show you my lunch because this is one of my favorite lunches and it's a good way for me to eat more vegetables as well. I'm going to do my very best to walk you through this recipe. So you want to cut your broccoli smaller. Whilst you're doing that, make sure your oven's preheating to 180 and also that you have some water on the boil. This may sound really weird, but stick with me. You want to butter your naan breads, add some mixed herbs, add some black pepper, and when that's ready, get that on and in the oven for about 8 minutes. You can grate your cheese while that you're waiting for that, whatever you want to do to kind of fill that time. When you're ready, you want to make sure you're cutting the broccoli really finely so you can kind of sprinkle it onto the naan almost. And when that's ready, just do exactly that. Add some grated cheese on top and also some feta cheese, as you can see me doing over here. And when that's ready, that can go in the oven for literally like 4 minutes, just enough time to actually melt the cheese. And it comes out looking like this, and it's a really tasty way for me to eat quite a bit of broccoli. I know it's quite cheesy, I know it's quite carby, but you know, a girl's gonna do and a girl's gonna do to eat that broccoli. Now I usually add more black pepper on top just because I love pepper, and then I also add hot sauce. My choice of hot sauce is Cholula, but you can add any hot sauce to this and it is absolutely delicious. So I decided, because I was struggling to write anymore, that I was just going to film stuff first. So this is just for TikTok because I don't need to film anything for YouTube at the moment. I'm not going to make too much of an effort, to be honest. I might just do like a bit of eyeliner and just do something with my hair. But while I do this, I thought I'd talk to you about my writing project. So I already mentioned this morning that like it is quite hard to pin down exactly what it is, but that I really want to embrace that kind of Greek myth type retelling prose that kind of like Greek retellings are sort of known for. And I think that's going well. I think obviously we'd kind of punch in a lot more detail once we're editing, because at the moment I think it's just about like getting the story on the page, which is the entire point of NaNoWriMO anyway. But yeah, I think it's going well. I think I just need to realize that as sort of invincible as you feel on some days writing, I think sometimes you write and it's really easy to write. and everything flows quite naturally. And as easy as it is some days, other days you will just feel like a bit of a slug and you will just feel like you're not getting anything done. Your brain isn't working properly. And I think that is okay, which is why for me, like usually, like I'll make an effort, like I'll try, but if it isn't going well, I just pack it in, because otherwise I just give myself anxiety. I just start to feel really frustrated, and nothing that I produce then is going to be good enough anyway. Now, as I mentioned, luckily I have the luxury of time at the moment because I am at home and I can just sort of make up those words tomorrow instead of doing it today, which is obviously not a kind of luxury that everyone will have when they're doing Nano. And obviously, you know, you need those words every day, that you need to hit that word count. So I am lucky, I know, that I can just carry on tomorrow, but I think it's important for me to just move away from it right now because it's just not happening at the moment. I think it has something to do with just like feeling quite restless almost. Like I think whenever I get into the state where I'm not kind of at ease, for whatever reason, like it becomes really difficult for me to write. I will show you the issue I have with doing my makeup is that it is almost never symmetrical. But I think that'll just have to do for now. I'll put you back over there while I do my hair. If anyone has some tips for me on how to achieve symmetry when you're doing makeup, that would be really handy. So after I've filmed and hopefully like burnt off some of this like restless energy, I will likely go back to the page and see if I can maybe write a little bit more time dependent, because I do have to work out still today, and that usually happens when my partner finishes work at 5. So we'll just see how it goes. But yeah, for now I think trying to burn off some of this energy would be really good, and hopefully productive, and at least then I can kind of fill up my drafts with content as well. But yeah, I don't have anything to film for YouTube at the moment because this vlog is sort of like the next thing I'm doing, and then from there, like I need to think about what I'm doing first. Which actually might be a good time to ask you guys, like, is there any sort of particular content that you want to see from me? Like, do you want to see more vlogs? Do you want to see more kind of recommendation videos? I know a while ago someone asked for recommendations on house books because I had spoken about how much I love house books, and I am aware that I've not done that yet, and I will do it eventually. It's just at this point almost a matter of like, because I'm still kind of new to the genre and how much I like that kind of style, that I've not read too many books. Like there's stuff like Gallant and now Ninth House and a couple more, Last Tale of a Flower Bride. So there's a few things I've read that I can recommend, but I'm not in the habit of like really recommending stuff when I haven't read it. Like if it's just on my TBR, like I tend to want to have an opinion on it first. So yeah, but that's just what the look is going to be for right now, because yeah, let's just go and film some stuff. So here I am in my happy place filming content for YouTube Shorts actually. Okay friends, so it is 4 o'clock. Like I said, I have about an hour before I need to work out. So I thought I would try and write again, even if I can just do another 1,000 words, then that means at least that I wrote 2,000 out of the 5,000 instead of just 1,000. So it's better than nothing, I think. So I have my coffee over there, and I'm just gonna light my little wax melt burner too, because I always think that adds a bit of like atmosphere. So here we go. Yeah, so I'm ready, I think. So workout done, and we are going to make some food. We're making like a Mediterranean type casserole thing. I'll show you when it's done. I said casserole, but this is actually a stew. So it's like sun-dried tomatoes, beans, olives, chicken, parmesan, and we're just watching that with Whose Line reruns. So this is the last little bit of my vlog. I hope you have enjoyed spending the day with me. So I'm in bed, I have my cup of tea, and I also have my book I'm currently reading, which is Moth Town by Caroline Hardiker. I am only about 30 pages in, but I'm really enjoying the vibe of this book. It's very strange and very unsettling, and something you can tell very early on that something is definitely wrong. Like, you're not quite sure what it is yet, but something strange is happening here. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to spending the evening with this book. Thanks for watching.